Assalamualaikum and hello to doctor. My name is Nurul Syazwani Binti Bahauddin and my matric number is 267957. I will present about 5C analysis of PADINI Holdings BERHAD. The 5C credit are used to convey the creditworthiness of potential borrower, which is PADINI Holdings BERHAD. The first C is a character, which is to know the applicant's credit history. For example, the company own an amount of the money to the bank, and bank act as settlement and paying agent on behalf of the group. It shows that the company is able to pay off their company debt when the bank trusts and can pay on behalf of the company. However, PADINI Holdings BERHAD reported on a net loss of RM 16.86 million for the first quarter 2021 compared to a net profit of RM 20.72 million on the previous years due to the closures of the majority of its outlets. The second C is capacity. Is to determine the borrower's ability to repay the loan. The company should have enough cash flow to cover its operating expenses and debt comfortably. PADINI Holdings BERHAD has a good pattern of its current ratio. However, PADINI Holdings BERHAD has a low ratio of interest coverage ratio because in 2020 its ratio is 4.14 and by 2021 its ratio is 3.53 as pandemic hit Malaysia. This demonstrates that PADINI Holdings BERHAD may be unable to guarantee the interest will be paid if the loan is granted. The third C is capital, which is referred to the amount that borrower have. The group optimizing their working capital and implementing cost-cutting measures while extending and exploring various sales channels. Despite this pandemic, PADINI overseas business performed admirably. There are no new stores were opened and several outlets were closed as part of their strategy to maximize return on equity and streamline their operations. PADINI Holdings BERHAD recorded a highest ratio of return on equity, which is demonstrate that it is better for lenders to consider their restructuring loan requests because the security asset has a greater margin of safety over loan exposure. Okay, for the fourth C is a collateral, which is an asset that can back or act as security for the loan. According to PADINI annual report, certain freehold land and building on freehold land were pledged as security to bank in exchange for financing facilities. The same amount on freehold land has been pledged 2020 and 2021. Meanwhile, the amount of building on freehold land that have been pledged is slightly decreased in 2021 compared to 2020. The company may be required to provide additional funds to the bank to compensate for the asset decline as a result of the decreased value of the security that has been pledged. Lastly, of the fifth C is conditions. So, the resurgence of COVID-19 cases have slowed the group recovery. Now, the group actively manage its debt maturity profile, operating cash flow, and funding availability to ensure that all operational, investing, and financing requirements are met. The group monitors and keeps a sufficient amount of cash and cash equivalents on hand to fund its operations. The group seek to mitigate these risks through prudent management policies, continue review and evaluations of the group operations and strategies, a close working relationship with stakeholders, and other things. I think that's all from me. Thank you.